Welcome. I've invited some of history's great thinkers to join us: Newton, Pascal, Pasteur, and Galileo. They didn't agree on everything and they didn't study the same things, but they believed something powerful, that the universe has an intelligible structure. They trusted that behind all the details there was order to uncover. Today, we'll explore some of those patterns and what they reveal about creation. They searched for truth with open minds, and now we'll follow the clues they noticed, patterns that point us toward a world shaped with purpose.
Hello, I am Sir Isaac Newton. I once said, gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who set the planets in motion. God governs all things and knows all that is or can be done. I want to talk with you about the pattern of design, the spiral. You know, the pattern that moves around like this.
Woohoo!
Observe our little friend's shell. That spiral isn't random at all. It grows in a steady, gentle curve, wider and wider with each turn. You can find this same kind of pattern in many corners of creation, as if the world is shaped with a quiet sense of order. And if you look at the heart of a sunflower, you'll see that same quiet sense of order again. Each seed is placed just so, turn after turn, never crowding, never wasting space. The spiral guides them into a perfect fit, as though creation knows exactly how to arrange itself with balance and care. Look at the sky. The Milky Way itself turns in a vast spiral, stars sweeping around its centre in a grand, steady motion. Watch closely as a simple cloud begins to turn. Warm air rises, cool air sinks, and the whole sky starts to spin, pulling itself into a great spiralling storm. Now watch the sky pull its spiral tighter. A tornado is a narrow, twisting column of wind, shaped when rising warm air begins to spin faster and faster. Spirals don't stop in the sky. Even in the treetops, you'll find them curled into living shapes. A spider monkey's tail coils like a perfect spring for gripping branches, and a chameleon's tail spirals tight to help it balance and climb. Deep in the human ear is the cochlea, a tiny curled chamber shaped like a perfect little shell. It turns sound into signals our brain can understand, a spiral tuned for hearing. From galaxies turning in the dark to storms spinning through the sky, from curling tails to the tiny coil inside your ear, the spiral shows up everywhere. It's one of nature's favourite signatures. Keep your eyes open and you'll start spotting it too. Farewell, my friends.
My name is Galileo Galilei. I am from Italy. I once said, I do not feel obliged to believe that the same God who has endowed us with sense, reason, and intellect has intended us to forego their use. Okay, well, since you already had Newton doing a dance, I guess I better get up and do a little dance too. Want to join me? Okay, enough with that. Let's now talk about fractals. Patterns don't just twist and turn, they also repeat. A fractal is a shape that makes smaller and smaller copies of itself, like echoes hidden inside the design. Look close, and every piece resembles the whole. Nature uses this clever trick everywhere, from leaves to trees to lightning. Watch closely. A branching tree and a bolt of lightning may look worlds apart, but they follow the same fractal rule. Each branch splits into smaller branches, repeating the pattern again and again. Nature uses this design in wood and in electricity, two different materials, one shared structure. Now see how the lightning's branching shape becomes the pattern inside your own lungs. Both spread outward in repeating paths, dividing again and again to reach every corner, air in the body, electricity in the sky. The same fractal design used for two completely different purposes. Watch how the pattern sharpens into something remarkable: the human nervous system. Millions of tiny branches sending messages through the body, shaped in the same repeating paths we've seen in nature. It's a fractal network designed for connection and speed, glowing with its own quiet order. From branching trees to flashing lightning, from lungs to the nervous system, fractals reveal how one simple idea repeats in countless forms. The closer we look, the more we see nature's quiet logic at work, shaping the world with beautiful, repeating order. I have enjoyed our time together. Farewell, friends.
Hello, my name is Blaise Pascal. I once said, "By faith we know the existence of things we do not see, and by reason we see that faith is not contrary to reason. I will not dance, but I can do squats all day long." 1. Tooth. And 3. Alright then, let's go explore. I will be examining hexagons, a tessellation. Look at your friend Shelby. His back is a perfect example. Each hexagon fits snugly beside the next without leaving any gaps, like a puzzle nature solved long before we ever studied it. This repeating pattern is what we call a tessellation. One shape copied again and again to cover a surface with flawless certainty. Bees use the same idea when building their honeycombs, because hexagons hold strength, store more, and waste nothing. The shape is clever, efficient, and beautifully ordered. Once you learn to see it, you'll notice hexagons hiding everywhere. And consider the wasp. No teacher shows it how to build, yet it forms its nest from hexagons as surely as a bee. This isn't guesswork or chance, it's an instinctive choice written into the creature itself. The wasp builds what works, and what works is often beautifully designed. Hexagons, tessellations, the clever choices of bees and wasps. They remind us that order runs deeper than we often notice. Patterns repeat because they work, and nature seems to follow them with quiet confidence. It has been a pleasure exploring these shapes with you. Keep your eyes open.
Hello, my name is Louis Pasteur. I once said, "A little science distances you from God, but much science brings you back to Him." And no, I am not dancing. Do not ask me. Symmetry is wonderful, unless you are my molecules, which apparently missed the memo and decided to twist differently. Nevertheless, I digress. Let us move on. Today we will talk about the marvelous pattern of symmetry. Observe our friend Leon for a moment. Notice that dotted line running down the center of his face. Nature often arranges living things with a remarkable balance called symmetry. One side reflects the other, like a soft mirror built into the body itself. Leon didn't have to study geometry to grow this way. His symmetry formed as he developed. Quiet, natural, precise eyes aligned, ears matching. Even the gentle curve of his jaw repeats from left to right. Watch this shift from butterfly to rose. Two very different forms, yet each carries its own kind of symmetry. The butterfly's wings reflect each other like perfect partners in flight, while the rose arranges its petals around the center with a balanced, spiraling grace. See how the rose becomes a tiger. The form changes completely, yet patterns stay. The rose layers its petals in order, and the tiger's stripes follow their own steady rhythm. Then the tiger shifts into a child. No petals, no stripes, yet symmetry returns. 2 eyes, 2 ears, features balanced across a central line. Different shapes, same quiet order running through life. Symmetry works so well in nature, we use it too. A simple square can rise into a building, shaped by straight lines matching sides and careful balance. These patterns give our structures strength, and as the building becomes a bridge, the same order guides its form. Repeating shapes, steady angles, balanced design symmetry is a quiet rule that helps hold things together. We've explored many shapes today: faces, flowers, creatures, even buildings. Their forms change, but the same patterns return: symmetry, balance, quiet, order. These patterns don't shout. They simply guide life along. It's been a pleasure exploring with you. Until next time, farewell.
Thanks for learning with us today. Keep looking for patterns all around you. We will see you next time.
Help us grow. Subscribe today.